Welcome, beautiful people. This is episode 2 of the first series, The Struggle is Real. In this one, we're gonna look how to regain some of your bandwidth to fight being overwhelmed. If you didn't get to see the first episode, we're gonna have a link in the description, so make sure to go have a look. If you like the content we're producing, we release new video every Wednesday, so hit the subscribe button. Yeah, let us begin! Life can be overwhelming. This is true for everybody. There is different stage of life, a lot of things can happen, and especially nowadays with what's happening around the world. One of the first things to do is to understand where you are in this cycle, because we all have ups and downs. Are you in the up, in the middle, or in the down? Understanding that is gonna help you move forward through it. Everything you are trying to do, achieve, everything you tackle is moving toward the goal of finding peace and joyfulness in life. Whether it is something that brings you joy or not, it is moving you towards that direction. To be able to get to a place of peace, you need to set up yourself for success. And to do that, you need a practice that includes both the mind and the spirit. And the reason for that is that they're connected and both work together throughout your entire life. Something I tell people rather often is that we don't train when we're doing bad, we train when we're doing good. Because when you're doing good, doing different exercise and setting up your mind for success is rather easy. You want to train and prepare yourself when things are good, because when things get tougher, when life gets a bit harder, a bit more tumultuous, you're gonna want to have those things in you ready to be used. Just like a behavior, you have trained. Just like any kind of sport you have trained, even in your bad day you can still run, because you're used to it and you know it's gonna help you. One of the reasons why we often feel stuck is because we are having a hard time finding the solution to a specific problem. There are multiple reasons for that. The first one is that potentially you just don't know what the solution could be, so you have no idea where to look and how to do it. The second aspect is that you may know what the solution is, but you don't feel like you have the right resources of support to be able to put it in place. 3. You may know what the solution is, but you don't know the exact step to get there. And 4. You actually don't know what the solution is at all. You have no guess about it, you don't see it, you can't even imagine it. It's completely outside of your reach. So what's happening is that the problem itself is taking some of your brain's bandwidth. It is occupying your mind. Then trying to think about a solution is taking more of that bandwidth. Applying a solution is also using even more bandwidth. So the entire process of resolving something basically is all consuming for your brain. Now this is assuming you have access to all your resources. Often the problem is that when you have a problem, you're gonna worry about it. And worrying about the problem itself is gonna consume bandwidth from your brain, which you cannot use to problem solve. Then you're gonna worry about not finding a solution, which again is gonna use even more bandwidth from your brain, which means you have even less to actually problem solve. So one of the goals is not to let the problem consume your bandwidth so that you can actually problem solve instead of worrying about it. Once you notice that you are overwhelmed, this is actually a good sign. It means you're becoming self-aware of your own situation, which is gonna let you analyze it a tiny bit better and understand where your brain is strong and weak when it comes to using its resources to help you. And you can start to focus on the different aspects that are going to bring you solutions instead of just worrying. So understanding that is not a bad thing. Knowing yourself is never a bad thing. The end goal is not to feel overwhelmed. And when you're spinning, that's a moving target. At every time, at every turn, things are going to feel a bit different, your brain is going to react to things a bit differently, and you're going to have to adjust for that. And you're going to have to recognize that change and that moving target, which is part of the challenge of fixing it. While you are spinning, forcing yourself to find some peace is going to be helpful. Even if you force yourself to do it a bit, being mindful, being present, whatever this is for you, it's gonna help stop the spin, and then you're gonna be able to recover some of your brain bandwidth and move forward into resolving the issue instead of worrying about it. The best place to start is to do something that you find joyful and that brings you happiness. Now, I know in some cases this can be hard, but it can be something very simple and very small. This will help your brain relax, this will help you relax, this will engage your brain also into different kind of activities. This can look very different for many people. So you can easily start by just noticing breath and then, listening to music, going for a run, taking a bath, gardening, whatever is something that you can do easily that's gonna help you relax. Now you may not feel fully relaxed by the end of it, and that's not the goal, because we have not resolved the problem. All we are doing is helping our brain regain some bandwidth so we can problem solve. This is the key here. To stop that spinning, to stop that cycle. Stopping it is hard, and to stop it, you have to force yourself a bit. And that can feel a tiny bit uncomfortable, but it will lead you to having your brain function a lot better. The goal of this is not to find the solution of the problem, not to execute it, but merely to stop the process that makes you worry about it, and to alleviate it as much as you can in an easy fashion so that you can resolve it. When you are overwhelmed, it can take quite a bit of time to get over the hump, to get back into your groove, to find your rhythm. And that's okay. You should be patient with yourself as you move forward, because your brain needs time anyway to recover from any kind of stress. Your sleep pattern could be messed up. That also can take a bit of time to recover. And this is where the attachment between the mind and the spirit is important. If you feed your mind and your spirit properly, your body should follow suit, because you're gonna be in a happy place. This process of freeing your bandwidth is gonna take time. And you should have a scale 0 to 10 to see where you're at on it and to gauge how much you're gaining from it. It is a habit that you have to build. It's a bit like writing. You don't know how to write perfectly the first time you do it as a kid. It takes practice. This is exactly like that. It takes practice for your brain to find that state, for you to find that state of peace, so you can start to problem solve. So it is not something that is necessarily a gift, it's something that you learn, which means you have the chance to learn it and apply it for yourself in your daily life. If you have any doubt on how to set up a benchmark for yourself to track your progress, go watch the first episode of the series The Struggle is Real, where we explain how to set up a personal benchmark.